What should you have done that you can and will do after hearing this video?
This is your first day in real estate, and I am your real estate sales trainer and coach, James Festini. And this is the program that's going to teach you how to sell more real estate in less time.
We've now had about 30 days. I've now had about 30 days to reflect on what I could have done when I was in this shutdown and the quarantine and the slowdown, and what I'm capable of doing had I known that it was going to last 30 days. Meaning, could I have written a book? Could I have created more content? Could I have been far healthier? You haven't done enough. What should you have done that you can and will do after hearing this video? You haven't done enough. And you will immediately look at this weird new year, right? BC and AC, before COVID and after COVID. It's this impact. I talk about this in my book, that life is created by commas, exclamation points, question marks, asterisk. I mean, we're all a series of punctuation, right? And this period on the era before COVID and now the era after the COVID, whether or not it has financial impacts or physical impacts or health impacts on the global economy, how does it affect you? What could you have done if I had told you right now, you will get an all expense paid vacation for the next 30 days. Destination is your house. What would you do with that vacation? Would you sit around and drink? How long of that vacation would you sit around and drink? Would you lounge around and get a tan? How long would you use? 30 days is a long time. I spent 30 days in Europe. That wasn't enough time. In my backyard, there is more time than you can know what to do with, and we all know we're going crazy. So I want you right now to pull out a piece of paper and take a note from my journal. I've kept a journal since I was 15 years old, and it looks like this: written words. I use a smart pen, a LiveScribe smart pen, so everything I write gets transcribed into a digital copy for, just in case fire, I don't know. But I've kept these journals for years and years and years and years and years. So this is what I wrote down. Could have, would have, can, and will. Could have, would have, can, and will. And I want you to take a piece of paper and write down right there. Could have, would have, can, and will. You ready for that one? What could I, and maybe some of these are yours and maybe some of them are not yours. What could I have done with these last 30 days? I could have rode my bike. I could have rode my bike more than once. I only rode my bike once so far, and I got a nice bike. Could have rode my bike 3 times a week. I mean, I could do more. I used to do more. So I could have rode my bike 3 times a week. I mean, these are fun things. We're not even talking about the things that suck, right? We're not talking about that thing. Riding a bike, that's not like, oh, I gotta go work out. I got a nice bike. I live in a beautiful part of town. I could have rode my bike, and I could have explored. I could have been doing centuries. I could have completed a century. A century is a 100-mile bike ride. When I first bought the bike, you couldn't get me off that thing. But there was a point where I would ride from my doorstep to the ocean and back in 3 hours. That's pretty impressive. And I was doing that 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week. And then I just stopped, right? Work got more involved, right? Life got more involved. My wife kept saying, you can't be riding 3 hours a day unless you leave earlier. And every day, my alarm clock goes off at 4:55 a.m. You haven't done enough. And when you're in the Army, they shave your head and you go to boot camp. And in the beginning of April 1st, I shaved my head. I went like this short. And I went out there to say, boot camp starts tomorrow. So that, the night before April 1st, I said, boot camp starts tomorrow. But it didn't impact me. It didn't punch me in the face. It didn't motivate me beyond what I was already doing, because I already do a lot. It's not like I'm sitting around drinking. It's not like I'm taking days off. But it still impacted me, right? So I could have woke up at 4:55 a.m. every day. You haven't done enough. I could have done yoga every morning. You haven't done enough. I want you to do this list with yourself and answer these questions out loud. Stop what you're doing, because whatever you're doing right now, unless you're preparing, prospecting, or presenting, do this right now. Welcome to the Festini Factor, a weekly program that every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're gonna get a piece of content, actionable items, something that at $50 a month will be an absolute no-brainer.
Every weekday, you're going to receive one video. Monday, we're going to have motivational messages. Monday Mindset is what it's called. One of the questions everyone asks, how do I keep going? I'm going to let you in on that. The Monday Motivational. Tuesday is going to be technology. Every Tuesday, I'm going to deliver you a message about the latest and greatest technology, whether it's old school or new school. Every week, you're going to get a Technology Tuesday tip. Wednesday is marketing. Whether you do it online or you're going old school, if you're going door to door and you're creating marketing pieces, you're creating flyers, every Wednesday I'm going to deliver to you actionable plans, actionable items where you can download a template for marketing, whether it's an email marketing piece or an actual printed piece that you can take with you to the doors or a mailer that you can do. You can start adding and building your letter library. Wednesday is going to be marketing pieces, the world of marketing. That's a big day for us. Thursday is going to be sellers, exclusively dedicated to handling sellers, either obtaining listings, negotiating contracts, scripts, dialogues, expires for sell-by owners, you name it. If it's a seller, I'm going to cover it. And of course, Friday, the last day of the week, setting you up for the weekend, buyers. Every Friday, I'm going to give you tips and pieces of advice on how to generate buyer leads, how to handle buyer leads, and that includes negotiating, how to get your offer accepted, how to write the perfect offer, a whole system that I share with you so that you can go out there and get to work.
That was one of the funny things that happened when I first went into this shutdown. Was the first week we got this sense of there's nothing to do, so let's just drink and do nothing, right? It took me about a week before I realized I could still prospect. I'm in California. There's no reason why I can't prospect. And then from that moment, that Monday, the following Monday, I realized I could prospect, and I've been prospecting ever since. So for me, I haven't even reaped any of these unwanted benefits of this shutdown because I'm still doing 200, 250, 300 contacts a day. I could have got a tan, which I did. So check. I did master my 360 camera. I do use Zoom a lot though, so I mastered Zoom. You haven't done enough. Wake up at 4:55 a.m., yoga every day. I could have lost 30 pounds, completed a century, rode my bike 3 times, and here's what I did. I mastered 2 software programs, and I played Frisbee golf. Wow. I could have written another book. I could have also been lifting and reshaped my body. I could have got swole, is the terminology. Like I could have gotten buff. That's so frustrating. How frustrating is it? You own a guitar? Do you own a piano? A clarinet, a violin, any musical instrument? Do you suck at it? How long have you owned that musical instrument? I have owned a guitar since I was 13 years old. I can play maybe 3 songs. 3 songs in 35 years? I could have. You haven't done enough. What could you have done? Look at your musical instruments. Do you have something in your garage that you should have done? And don't say, I cleaned my garage. But if you want to, I didn't clean my garage. I've done my laundry, but don't, if that's all you've done, oh man, this painful video. Whew, this video, you're not gonna watch this one. What could you have done? We are at the crossroads of could have, would have, can, and will. So these are the ones that really have been digging into my skull. So let's move on to, now that I know the ones that have been gnawing at the back of my head that I could have, and I would have, had I known, and I could have. And you know what? I should have. I should have done all of those. So let's assume this is not going to change, or let's assume it is going to change. One thing will remain the same. You will still be here in 30 days. Where will you be here? On this new blank page. I can and I will. I can and I will. I can. I can get up at 4:55 a.m. I can complete a century in 30 days. Technically, I'm supposed to be marathon ready in 30 days. I could have been. This is just a little chunk, a slice, a moment in time that is pointing out a beginning and an end, or the change and the remain the same. What can and will I do in the next 30 days? You know, I should have spent more time with my kids, but thought of spending your time with the kids like that drive me crazy. But if you do something you like, that they might like, then it's easy. You don't always have to do what they like. Find something that you like that they like, and it's probably pretty easy. Painting is one of them. I could have nightly painted. So what can I, should I, would I have?
Hey Jim,
Yeah?
just got an email. Client's asking, should I sell now?
I can stop this video and get back to you guys later. All right, I'm out. That's very important. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you go through this list. Do me a favor. when you respond in the comments below, I want you to do this. I want you to put what you should have and then put a slash and then what you will do. Should have slash will do. You haven't done enough. Should have slash will do. And then fill in those two things like should have lost weight, will lose weight. Whatever it is that works for you, put in the comments section. I'd be very curious to see how this has affected you and how if what my lecture was set out to accomplish actually accomplished it, and that is pointing out a massive flaw in your discipline. We'll see you next time.
People ask me all the time, where do I get my data? How do I have so many good numbers without spending an arm and a leg? Because I recommend you get it from 3 places, and I merge them to create the ultimate white pages. 2 of them are Cole Realty Resources and TelephoneList.biz. They will provide you names, addresses, phone numbers, along with email addresses scrubbed against the do not call list, available for both US and Canada. Now, you know I do a lot of door knocking, and my favorite app to use is Realty Buddy, a GPS tracking software with robust goal setting and follow-up campaigns. Realty Buddy takes care of the hassle, and Realty Buddy is the success to my door knocking. It's only available on iOS though, so sorry Android, but I will recommend Knockwise. They're really good too. Now, have you seen my amazing local market videos for my real estate business? In one word, Terradatum. They make videos branded to your brokerage and automatically update them every month with videos by zip code, county, city, and your hyper-local market, and it's extremely affordable. Have you guys seen my website lately? Well, you should. It's absolutely gorgeous. I owe it all to Zentap. They will help you with your advertising using your MLS, IDX, and social media to attract an audience and engage your leads using sophisticated bots. Now, you're gonna need a powerful CRM to manage all of this, and as you know, Mojo Selling Solutions is more than just a dialer. It's the most powerful CRM bar none. Mojo provides you expireds for sell by owners, and that is the 3rd list of data, along with email and mail campaigns. For more information on any of these products, along with my personal coaching and training products, go to jamesfestini.com today. Or just show financial support at any amount on patreon.com/James Festini. Now, get back to work.
You haven't done enough.